Edinburgh can be viewed as an elegant, almost perfect city for people to both live in and visit. From a striking castle perched atop a volcanic rock in the middle of the city to a large mount rising over the building tops, Edinburgh truly is picturesque. This city hides a serious living issue though, in that homelessness runs rampant through the city streets. Though homelessness is on a steady decline in Edinburgh, there are still nearly 30,000 people living on the streets.
I think it's always been an issue everywhere. I think in Edinburgh, a lot of people come up because there's so many tourists and there's a lot of money to be made in Edinburgh. So quite a lot of the guys come up from England, a lot of like Polish people, Spanish people, and then they come in and they can't find a job, or they've got a job and then they can't find a flat. I think mostly it's because it's a capital and there's a lot of money that they think they can make, and eventually you start being homeless for a week, 2 weeks, and it just ends up being on the street for like 3 years, and it's hard to get out.
This issue is not going unchallenged though, as a social enterprise organisation called SocialBite has risen up to the challenge. SocialBite is a relatively new social enterprise whose mission is to build a collaborative movement to end homelessness in Scotland. They started up in 2012 when they opened a small sandwich shop on Rose Street and have expanded by opening sandwich shops in Glasgow, Aberdeen and elsewhere in Edinburgh. These provide lunches for both paying customers and the homeless using a pay-it-forward system. Roughly 1 out of 4 of the employees have previously been homeless.
I think it's to raise awareness and tackle homelessness. So we tried. How SocialBite works is we have the social enterprise, which is all the cafes, and we have a SocialBite fund, which is the charity. And with the charity, we work a lot with the government, with the council, with different partners. And at the moment, we're doing the 600 homes. So we raised £4 million during Slip in the Park. And the big thing is that we got 600 flats, 500 in Edinburgh, 100 in Dundee, given or paid for with the funds that we raised. And it's mostly to put people, we call it first home. So it's firstly to put people somewhere, and then we train them. We've got like budgets training, then we see like social skills, if they've got any health issues, and then we get them back into working and they're able just to keep on going. The issue is that people are on the streets, but also the problem is that a lot of people are put into facilities, so bed and breakfast, hostel, and are not given the training or the supports that they need, and they just get back on the streets because it's too hard for them. So we want people to be able to sustain themselves and to be able to stay in those places, and it's not just going to be for a year, it's going to be for the rest of their life.
SocialBite has grown and become more popular with celebrity visits from George Clooney, Leonardo DiCaprio and more recently Prince Harry. In December, SocialBite organised the world's largest sleep out called Sleep in the Park to increase awareness for homelessness, which raised over £4 million. SocialBite is also working with Cyrenians to build the SocialBite Village. This village will be a low-cost, safe living environment for people who are currently living in temporary accommodation.
So we've got SocialBite Limited, which are the cafes, and we've got SocialBite Fund, which is the charity, and that makes it all happen. So Sleep in the Park works with the SocialBite charity. Josh is amazing at organising events, getting celebrities coming, really good at this. And so Sleep in the Park started by the CEO sleep out. So originally it was just like really important, rich people doing it, giving us loads of money. And then Josh wanted to open it to everybody. So last year we did one with 9,000 people sleeping all together, raised 4 million, and that's how we started doing the village. That is going to be in Glanton, and it's got 20 space, so it's 10 homes hosting 2 people. We have a community hub So they'll have training, cooking classes, garden classes, budget training, drama classes, yoga, gym, all that. And it's for those guys to stay from 12 to 18 months. And then hopefully after that they'll be able to just have a flat on their own and be able to sustain that.
SocialBite doesn't just supply the homeless with sandwiches, but every Monday they provide social suppers. This is through a partnership with a bistro restaurant called Maison Bleu at Home. Every Monday, the homeless are invited into the restaurant and served top quality food straight from the kitchen.
Well, obviously on other days in the SocialBite cafes and stuff like that, they hand out free food and stuff like that, but on a Monday between 3 and 6 we close the restaurant and they come in and we feed them, so it's not just a sandwich or anything like that, it's a main meal, there's desserts, there's coffees, there's teas, bread, so they get a choice of, it's a nice full hearty meal that they can have rather than just a sandwich and something else. It's just a wee bit different for them so they can actually have a nice enjoyable meal.
The triple bottom line is a comprehensive framework used by firms and social enterprises to assess accountability. It provides insight into a broader perspective that is not exclusive to the traditional profit and loss. The model aims to reshape traditional beliefs and contains the utilisation of 3 main components. It encompasses financial, social, and environmental considerations that are essential to improving the assessment of the business's performance and in turn the impact on second and third parties. We can use this framework to evaluate how successful SocialBite is in these 3 areas in creating value for their stakeholders. The organisation is environmentally conscious as it locally sources its foods and products, an effective way of promoting sustainability. Financially, SocialBite effectively balances its paying customers and provision of free food for the homeless by using its pay it forward system. This means when a paying customer goes to buy a meal, they have the opportunity to donate any sum of money or pay for a set meal for a homeless person. Moreover, projects such as the recent Sleep in the Park event generated £4 million, which has been entirely invested into the SocialBite village. Socially, the organisation excels in that it is constantly looking to add social benefit into its everyday business practices for the benefit of their homeless stakeholders. They do this via their social suppers, the growth of their SocialBite village, and their integration of homeless individuals amongst their cafe staff. SocialBite has only been around for 6 years and has room to expand and grow to achieve its mission to eliminate core homelessness in Scotland's 4 major cities. Though homelessness in Scotland is decreasing, there is still a lot of work to be done. As SocialBite embarks on its project of SocialBite Village, it faces the challenge of providing safe accommodation for the homeless while still generating profits from its paying customers. As a whole, the SocialBite organisation is set to achieve their mission in eradicating homelessness.